So let's go to the mayor race, because I love Carlin's involvement in this. Olivia Chow is a big, Carlin's a big fan of Chow. Or you too, Tony. I think you're a supporter of Ms. Chow.
I'm not a supporter of Chow, no.
I think she's going to win.
I am not.
No?
No.
I believe she's going to be
my
singing
political
the Italian
views are
song,
right of
Chow,
center.
Chow, because she's not going to win.
Yeah, my political views are a bit of right of center, and she is too far left for me.
Yeah. Well, anyways, John Tory is beginning to make some noise. He's leading the polls, but he's beginning to open his mouth in a positive way for his campaign. But, for the last 2 months, he's been completely silent. He has not criticized Ford in the least.
Mm-hmm.
But he's beginning to come out now. Put on some soft gloves, maybe 3 ounce. And he's slinging a few of them, eh, Carlin?
Yeah, we're starting to see John Tory really kind of assert himself in this campaign. It's going to be interesting to see whether that works for him or against him, because if John Tory had just kept his mouth shut a couple of years ago, he might have been Premier of Ontario. So I don't know how that's going to work out for him.
I think, Carlin, I'm glad you brought that up. I think he did a great job. I think they panicked, or they had this stupid meeting over a steak dinner, and they said, you know what, we need a clincher. We're okay in the polls. You got a chance to win. I think we need a clincher. And the clincher they came up with was to subsidize every single religion known to mankind.
Yeah.
And, if I was going to run, the first thing I would do, whether it make me win or not, I would say absolutely no other fucking school board will be subsidized by the province of Ontario. It'll be one system, unilateral for all the people. And if you believe in what you believe in, and you want to have a specific style of education for your children, if it follows the criteria of the education minister or whatever criteria we have, then you're going to subsidize it yourself. Private. Funded 100% by tuition. I do not believe this split school board that exists in Ontario. It baffles me about tax dollars. I think there should be one system. It should be a public school system. That's it.
I agree with you 100% on that one, Frank. I have no idea why there's a Catholic school system that is funded by taxpayers in Ontario. It makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. And why John Tory thought that expanding upon that would be a good idea, I'll still never know.
Yeah, and I think John Tory went that way, if memory serves me right, because his team thought that policy would help them win a seat, I think in Richmond Hill or Markham area. Well, okay, you won that seat, but you lost a whole bunch of others.
Right.
Good job, geniuses. Yeah. Good job.
I'm just saying that John Tory was...
Hang on, Frank. Go ahead, Bill.
That's what happened to the Conservatives, part of the reason, other than having the guy they had. But the teachers were led to believe that they were going to get their jobs cut.
Mm-hmm. Kathleen Wynne, are you guys bringing Phyllis Macedo in?
Was the teacher's girl.
We are.
So if you do something towards education that's going to cost any of them their jobs, you're out. You are out.
Yeah. Okay, but guys, just to finish that with Hudak, I think Mr. Hudak, I don't know him personally. I have from people who know him personally, they say he's a great man, nice man. I just don't think he has the chemistry and the sex appeal to be a politician.
Well, I don't think that was it. I think
I do not know that, but a guy like that will never get a chance, because I'm going to fucking tell you this. He had the election served to him on a silver platter with prosciutto from Parma. He should have won that election. The Liberals were completely tarred and feathered. McGuinty disappeared, not to face the backlash, and if there is an investigation, right? And they put a sacrificial lamb out as the leader because they believed she could never win.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. I mean, Kathleen Wynne was being given a standing 8 count when the campaign began, and Tim Hudak came out and said, hey, I'm going to create 1 million jobs. I mean, I'm counting each one as 4 of them or 8 of them or whatever it was, but it'll be 1 million of them. Oh, but by the way, I'm also going to fire 100,000 people to create those jobs. Yeah. It was a terrible message.
I'm impressed by her. So anybody who is in the political genre, who understands politics, will say that Miss Wynne was basically a replica of Kim Campbell when Brian Mulrooney took off, and they put the sacrificial lamb out there to take the heat for everybody.
Yeah, and thank goodness Kathleen Wynne didn't really have to do much. All she had to do was stand there and go, you know what? Look at this idiot. At least I'm not this guy.
Yeah,
and people said, you know what? I'm going to go with the devil I know.
Yeah.